Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today is egg pulling day. I honestly forgot what clutch we're on. I want to say it's like 47? 48?
No.
Oh, no? You guys have little faith. I know I've pulled 45. This is at least 46. But I think I pulled 46.
47.
47, what'd I tell you? I remembered it based on presents. I should have been more prepared. And that's going to be a good debate. And this isn't a political one. President number 45 was Donald Trump. President number 46 was Joe Biden. So in the comments, I want you to know, which clutch do you think is going to be better? The Donald Trump clutch, a la number 45, or the Joe Biden clutch, a la number 46? One has orange hair and talks funny. The other one somehow falls upstairs. Hopefully our clutches of snakes are better than they are. But let me know which clutch you're more excited about, 45 or 46. You have to do it by memory, though. I ain't going to tell you what they are. And I'm going to pull clutch 47. So what is clutch 47? Well, clutch 47 is a fairly simple clutch. It is a calabi, which is one of my favorite 3-gene animals, y'all. These are things I breed because I really, really like them. I like them so much, I bred this calabi, I'm pretty sure, to more calico. Where did that damn thing go?
Banana.
Right there. No, I lied. I bred it to banana. So, because honestly, banana spiders look badass. There you go. Don't like banana my pastel. I've said it 100 times. So I'm hoping to kind of avoid the banana pastel combinations. But I want the banana spider. I want the banana spider calico. I think those look really, really good. And a calabi on its own is just an amazing animal. I'll prove it. Let me pull this thing out. Using our really good Freedom Breeder tables there. Now these tubs are always going to be a little dirty. Because frankly, I don't mess with them when they're ready to lay eggs. We'll give them a full bath, a full clean, whole different tub. So she's quilled around there pretty good. I don't know how many eggs she's got. I don't know the result. I don't know if we have a bunch of slugs or what we got. I doubt we do. We'll just simply come from behind, not at her face. With a little bit of luck, we'll just pop her right off of there. One trick is to get the end of that tail. You might get bit doing that. As you can see when you look in here, if I get her to loosen up a little bit. Come here, girlie. Please don't bite me. Kurt always wants to get bit on camera. There's an emaciated look. That's going to tell you a couple things. One, she's empty. This looks like the snake's about to die. It's not. This will pop back out. It'll be just fine. This is pretty normal for what we're used to seeing after they lay. This is a nice, big, healthy girl. She'll do A-okay. We're just going to toss her in an empty tub for now until we get these eggs pulled. As you can also see, all the spider in her didn't do anything bad. So the next thing we're going to do is pull these 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 eggs. I'm just going to set them up here for you guys. Just make it a little bit easier to see. I think it was a little bit misshapen, but it was right there. One thing I always do is I like to candle my eggs still, just to make sure there's veins and everything. So we're going to go a little bit dark. Can you get that one there? I can get this one. And we're going to use the flashlight. Okay, just the flashlight. So what we're looking for in these eggs are vein work. See that? That's about as good of an example as you can get. Nice, big, healthy veins. Nice, big, healthy veins. Here you're like, oh man, that don't look so good. But if you look over here, we got good, healthy vein work. This is a good egg. That also is a good egg. Good egg. That's a really good egg. This one is probably the least developed of all we've seen. But when you see that big vein there, all these little ones off of it, that's a good egg. If all you saw was a singular red circle with no vein work, and it was all this color yellow, then you'd have problems. That's a good egg. And that's a really good egg. So everything looks good there. Turn that stuff back on. Get us some more good old studio lighting in here. The next thing we're going to do with these is I don't use egg trays. Some people do. Nothing wrong with them. I'm a believer in simplicity is a key. We want to keep these out there laid. So we're going to write on them. Blow that dirt off. You don't have to clean all this off, guys. This ain't going to hurt anything. I want a little off so I can write. The reason I say that is because these things in the world, in the wild, we laid in the dirt. They've been hatching for a million years. It's fine. So this is one that's most likely to roll, so we'll start there. I just write the clutch number on there. Helps to do a couple things. Helps to keep me aware of where I'm at when we go to cut eggs. It helps me make sure I'm cutting the right clutch. You know, I write on every single egg. Some people could just write on one, and you could just write on one egg if you wanted, and then just make a mark on the rest at the top. I just write on all of them. That tells me what way faces up. And it also tells me, I just cut the shit out of my finger, y'all. Didn't get bit by a snake, but when you close your metal drawers, watch what you do, because sometimes you may hurt the most important finger in your hand. See that? Cut the hell out of that thing right there. That kind of hurt. I'll be okay. Plus, it lets me flip off the camera without being in trouble and just say I cut that finger. So if you see blood, it's mine. So what we're going to do with these guys is just stick them right in here. I prefer a smaller box. And you're going to say, well, this looks different. Look, we ran out of Paralite. We use vermiculite. Truth be told, it doesn't matter what's in the bottom of your tub as long as you have this rack, as long as it holds water. When you press, it doesn't sink in. That's the important part. This bottom is just a medium to hold water, right? No big deal whatsoever. So we're going to take this one, set aside. Why? Because the rest of these are at least loosely stuck together in some way, shape, or form. That one is not. So I'm just going to pick all these up by hand. Stick them in there. Put it a little bit to the side so I got room for that one. The next trick is take your lid. Set it on. Look, see how I can get pressure there? I can get pressure there. Those 2 eggs, see that? Don't want them there. They will absorb moisture and they'll eventually die. So what we're going to do next step is, knowing that, I don't want to get blown over my fucking eggs and shit like that. Just sling it off there. That's good. That's shit you can do in your workroom, but not at home. Don't sling blood on the floor at home. Wives get pissed. We're just going to grab these and we're just going to gently, see they're already separated here, gently pull apart. And the way I like to do is take 2 fingers and just work it. And you'll figure out which way it's coming apart easy. Don't go too fast. Nice and slow. Some people use fishing line. That's okay too. If you don't feel like it's moving the way you want it to, try a different direction. Try a different way. Like, see, that one's a little tight over here. I feel like I'm making really good progress. So we're just going to go ahead and do this one over here first. I don't want to separate it all the way, which I did. That's okay, though. We can work with that. There. So we'll have to deal with that one, too. So now I can come to this back side if I want. See how much easier that peels? So that one's free. So we're going to set that right there. Actually, I'm just going to set it right here for now. I'm going to get this one out of my way and set it right here for now. Problem solved. So the next egg that was our problem was this guy here, right? He's sitting on top. That one's going to come free. We're going to pull them all free before we're said and done. If they come free, that's great. This is where the egg tubs come. Like, if you have the egg brackets, it's really good. But I'll be honest, if you can fit them in the tub without pulling them apart, that's best. Because every time you're pulling these eggs apart and you're manipulating them like this, you run the risk of tearing an egg. You know, so that's why I don't use the egg crates. Why would I pull apart eggs if I don't have to? A lot of times with a 5 or 6 egg clutch, I can set it in there, put the lid on. I don't have any contact. I got plenty of space. I just set it up that way. They'll hatch fine. But when you got that contact, which you can see, we still have right there, right? Then we got to take that one off. So this is going to be connected in 3 spots at least, and it's going to free that one up. But these aren't stuck very hard, so these are a pretty easy set to pull apart. And now that I said that, I'm probably going to rip the holy hell out of one. That's usually how it goes. You say things like that, and then, you know, cause you problems. So we have them all separated. This is a good example because that is literally why we marked them first. So the next thing we're going to do is get some new straws. You can use whatever you want for this. Straws are my favorite. You can use plasticware, just anything that's not going to mold or fall apart. We used to use Q-tips. I got kind of away from that. Do you still have the scissors in there?
I did. I set them out to like wipe off.
Oh, okay. Let me borrow those. It'll be a little bloody. It'll be fine. So, like, it doesn't really matter. The point that you're trying to achieve is just something to hold the eggs in place so they don't roll around, right? Because they're going to change shape a little bit, so we want to keep a little bit of pressure on there. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's that. So Caleb's cleaning our scissors. We had to do we did some work in an egg earlier. We had a deformed baby, honestly. We had to cut the umbilical so we could prevent it from suffering. Happens on occasion, rarely. So that's why he's cleaning that all off. Thank you. So all I needed these for, so I was like, what am I doing? I ain't cutting these. What's going on? Cut the straws. So I just like these. These things aren't bad. You just cut them. We're getting to the point our scissors are kind of getting shitty. All right. And then I like to get the bendy straws just because it's a good spot to let me know where to cut. I cut just by that bend. And one more. So then I like to take two. We're going to start right here. You're going to just stick them down in that grating, just like that. You're going to stick them down that grating, just like that. And that's just going to hold that egg there, right? So then I can pack these eggs, and I can take them, and I can start setting them like here again. You want to keep the top up pretty good. This was like this is going to be fine. No, we don't have to be that exact in what we're doing. So we're going to get over here. We're going to pack this one in here. Pack that one in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all we're going to set up. We're going to throw the other 3 away. No, don't do that. You got room. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Just stick them like that. That one I am going to keep up just a bit. This one can go right here. Now, we're going to come here. Again, I got blood all over that one. I tried really hard not to get my blood all over stuff, but you know, sometimes that happens. What we're going to have happen after camera is over. Kurt's going to be like, see, I told you didn't need those damn tables. You're not coordinated enough to use them. And he's going to try to say, we don't ever need to buy tables again. Because those work tables were a big debate around here. How much I love them and how much he's like, we don't really need that shit. So now he gets to win because I cut myself. Doesn't matter. They're worth it. A little bit of skin, ain't no thing. Actually, one time I cut myself really bad. And Kurt and I were actually out at the range. We were doing some shooting, right? Hanging out, blowing stuff up. Having some fun. And I cut myself on a gun that got jammed on the slide. Just my finger caught it and sliced it good and deep. Actually could see like fisheye flesh, you know. And I was like, son of a bitch, that's not what I wanted to do. So I was like, Kurt, can you super glue that for me? You know, here you go, boy. Just glue that right up. Kurt's like, no, you asshole. You need to go get stitches. I'm like, no, just glue it, man. He would not glue it. I was so disappointed. But the cool thing was, it was right before Thanksgiving. So then I had to go get stitches, and since it was on my right hand, I could not work because I could not operate a handgun because they splinted that finger because it was right on the bench. So I had to make my finger straight, and I was going to have to work the holiday. Then I got to go home and visit my family for Thanksgiving because I fucked up my hand. It was pretty glorious. Not how I'd recommend getting off for Thanksgiving, but, you know, sometimes you do what you do. And again, this is just all to kind of keep a little pressure on these eggs. The nice thing about plastic, what I like about it over like the Q-tips though, is it's not going to absorb moisture, right? The Q-tips kind of did, these will not. So those are all set up. Beautiful set of eggs. And now when you put that lid on, you don't get any, I mean, I really try, but there's not going to be that much weight on there, right? We got good clearance, so we're not going to get these eggs wet. We're not going to drown these eggs. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more in the incubator. What can we make? Worst thing we can make here is a normal. Yes, there is potential for a normal in here because all the genes that play are incomplete dominant. There's no recessives. There's no supers here. We do a lot of clutches now using supers because we want to avoid that normal. But this is not one that's that way. Now, what's the best thing we can make? The best thing we can make by number of genes would be a Calibi banana. So it'd be a calico, pastel, spider, banana. Okay, that'd be pretty kick-ass. For my eye, the best thing we could probably make would be to get the damn pastel out of there and just hit the 4 gene. Well, I left a gene out, didn't I? No, it's 4 gene. Yeah, just have a 3 gene and leave out the pastel. That would be the best in my book because I like the colors that the banana is going to bring to the table. Kurt would probably argue, let's make the pastel banana calico and leave the spider out. That's also not a bad option because you're going to get a lot of white in there, some cool shit. So the calico is going to play really nice with this combination. The 2 genes I really hope to see come out in this are a lot of calico and a lot of banana. Everything else is just kind of bonus. Kurt, any questions about this clutch?
How long do they incubate?
These are going to probably cook anywhere from about 54 to 58 days. I've seen a little over 60 before. We've had babies fully out in 55. You can control that a bit with your temperature, but I would strongly recommend not setting your incubator past 90. The warmer it is, the shorter it is. Up to about 91, 92, you wouldn't really cause any damage. But you're right on the razor's edge, right? If you're off by 1/10 of a degree, shit dies. So 90 is about the highest you want to set. It probably would be better set 89 or 88, but we do cook at 90. We just always have. We have very few problems with that. But if you cook at 90, you're going to probably start to see pips somewhere between days 54 and 56 on average. Anything else? Caleb, any questions?
No questions, just a statement.
Statement.
I'm going to take a photo of this because I'm going to post on Instagram, which means, yes, I've taken over the Instagram, which means you should go follow the Instagram because I make daily posts. Except for yesterday.
Posts.
Yesterday got a little busy.
Do you want one of my bloody finger in there?
I don't think that one's Instagram favored. But I'll take a picture of it and we can post it on like
I hurt my finger.
some other.
We'll do it. We'll do it. I hurt my finger. If you're ever gonna hurt a finger, always hurt your middle finger. So you can go around like, man, I fucked this thing up. Like it's great. I'm actually really happy I did that. I'm gonna have fun at work tomorrow. I'll be like, man, I don't know if I can work. I hurt my finger. Like I go home, I hurt my finger. It's just awesome. All right. Anything else?
Nope. That's all.
Anything else? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We are going to put these in the incubator and slide over to Patreon. Have a little conversation there. That's going to go a little something about some tips and tricks on some other things you can do for your incubation method that I'll think of before we film it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.